Hey, how's it going? Thank you for tuning in to the Smoking DJ. Today I will be working with the chicken. I will be showing you two ways of smoking a chicken. One of the ways we're going to do a beer can chicken, and the other we're going to do a spatchcock. I've done a previous spatchcock chicken on the grill, and now we're going to go ahead and smoke it. So I went to Costco, and I ended up getting a 2-pack. It's about just shy of 9 pounds. So maybe about 4.5 each one. Real good chicken. They're young. They're meaty. I made them in the past, and so I'm going to show you guys on one of them, on the beer can chicken one. We're going to use this clucker dust. It's a really good dust. It's chicken rub. It has sea salt, sugar, brown sugar, chili pepper, chipotle powder, spices, and other ingredients. And on the spatchcock, we're going to go with just a regular chicken seasoning. The reason why this one is a little bit spicier, so this one more or less will be for the adults, this one would be for the kiddos. So in addition to that, you are going to need a beer. And currently we have the Braves playing the Dodgers. So we're going to go ahead and use this to use it for our beer can chicken, and hopefully smoke the Dodgers in Game 7. So so we're going to continue on with our ingredients here. Let me get this set up here. So we have butter. You also have this little dish here we're going to use to melt a little bit of the butter. We have some onion and then some garlic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and garlic, you just peel it, you just crush it. Pretty simple, and it should just come out of the shell, the actual wrapping itself. So we'll do that real quick. With the beer itself, what you want to do, you don't want to put the entire contents of the beer, or leave the entire contents, I should say. You want to go through and pour some of that out. The beer is at room temperature, so it'll be better. Some people like to use it cold. I don't. I like to leave it at room temperature. The reason why is because I think it helps, right? Because you kind of have to get the beer, you got to get the beer up and boiling kind of for it to have its effect with the spices you're going to go ahead and put into it. So I'm going to drop a couple of these garlic cloves. I'm going to do some of the onion, do some salt and pepper, and then just stick it into or have the chicken sit on it, so that it goes through and starts moistening the chicken from the inside. And then we're going to use the clucker dust on that one. So give me a couple seconds. I'm going to go ahead and chop up some of this onion, get the rest of these onions peeled, and then we'll continue on to the beer. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I went ahead and I peeled my garlic. I'll crush that up real quick. I kind of cleaned up the onion. What I want to do is go ahead and get it with the rings, right? And so then I'm just going to go ahead and chop it up and down to get some of those rings going, and then I'll be able to chop it into smaller pieces. Put some, like I mentioned, in the can, and we're going to use the same ingredients with both. So, so again, the sizes really don't matter. I mean, you can see some are bigger than others. It's okay. What we want is the actual garlic or the onion itself. Okay. So now with the beer, you're gonna grab this blue beer. Again, it's completely full, so you want to pour some of that out. You could go through and save it to then eventually drink later. And then if you have some of these cooking shears, some people like to get a knife. Why not? You can start here. And what we're looking for is to open up the mouth hole here. There you go. And these are the same shears that I'm going to use. Oh, so that went in there. That's fine. We're not going to do anything with it. You know what? Let me grab a towel. Push these in for you not to hurt yourself. They can, there can be some sharp edges here, so I'm going to see. Let me see here. I got my knife here. See if we can get this. There we go. So now what I'm going to do, put this aside here. I'm going to grab some of this garlic here, about 3 cloves, and then just start cutting it. doesn't have to be super fine, just enough for it to release some of the scent, the flavor. So just stick it right in there. There you go. That's simple. Now we're going to grab some of this onion here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, I mentioned in all my videos that you have to go ahead and make sure that you season all the sides, right, of the meat, etc. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this pepper. Grab that right there. And now, grab some of this salt. There we go. And then just stir this up here. Whoa. There we go. Good. That came up faster than I thought it would. So again, it's kind of what you want. You see, you have all of that activating. You're gonna have all that flavor. You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna throw another clove in there of garlic. I like the flavor of the garlic. I like the smell of it. It's really good. Now, there's a good example of what could happen. But check it out. I have some more, so you just toss that in there, right? You want it to be about 3/4 of the way. Okay, so that's about the top of my fingertip there, just the fingertip itself. So have about that much in there, which is what you're going to need. So let me do this. Okay. And now I'm going to cut up some of this onion here. Continue cutting it up. Now this one here, this little bit of onion, you do want to dice it a little bit more. Okay, because we're going to put some of this in the under the actual skin itself. So we're going to go here, just throw that in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make enough for both of the chicken that we're going to be cooking. Both the spatchcock and the beer can chicken. So, I'm going to chop that up. Okay, you want to just dice it. Now, I know sometimes you guys might be able to see those, the chefs, right? And they're like, that's not me. You know, so it's okay if you're taking your time as well. Just watch your fingers. Well, one of the tips that my dad always gave me was kind of use your finger this way so that the knife slides there, right? Don't go here because you have nothing there, right? So you want to go this way. So when you're holding it, let the knife kind of slide on your knuckles, right? Like so, and it won't cut you. So, thank you to my dad for teaching me that when I started attempting to cook a long time ago. Also want to mention that the smoker has to be preheated. I went outside and I preheated it at 250. We're going to cook both of the chickens at 250 until the temperature gets up to about 165 on both of them. And I like to test out the breast and I like to test out the thigh, just to make sure that that you know the chicken overall is cooked completely. So now just grab the knife, get quite a bit of butter. Gonna do that. Gonna leave that bit, and I'll show you guys why. I'll throw it in the microwave real quick. I'm gonna set up a minute, but I'll probably get it out in about 15, 20 seconds. Because you don't want it to be too loose, but you also don't want it to be too firm. And then we'll just stir it with the knife itself. So it's at about 10 seconds right now. Continuing on, now it's at 15. We'll wait 5 more seconds and then we'll test it out, see how it's looking. All right, there we go. That's 20 seconds. Let's see. There you go. Good. What you want to do, you want to go ahead and stir this around. Beautiful. See that? So that's kind of what you want to get. You want to get the oh, I can smell the garlic. That's fantastic. So you want to get the garlic, you want to get the onions. And then there's this real cool seasoning now. It's called garlic salt. It's got sea salt, roasted garlic, onion, and parsley. They sold this at Trader Joe's. Do a couple of these. Oh wow. See, that garlic kind of keeps it in there. There we go. All right, and there we go. We got just a little bit of rosemary leaves. So I think that might be it actually. There we go. Got to get a new one. So stir it up again. There we go. The rosemary will give it that herbal taste. So cool. We're gonna set that aside over here, and now let's start off with one of the chickens. Here we go. And don't forget, whenever you're working with pork or chicken, super important, once you touch it, to wash your hands with soap, right? Soap and water before you touch anything, because you can go ahead and contaminate it. So I am going to be using my knife. I'm going to be using scissors, so that I don't mind, but don't go touching any other parts of your kitchen or around your house, because that would be good. All right, so this one is going to be the beer can chicken, right? So we're going to go ahead and empty out the inner. This is a lot of fat right here. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to check to see here what it has. All right. All right. Because some of these chickens sometimes come with the giblets and the neck bone and all that other good stuff. So this one did not. So just going to grab my knife. I'm going to cut off. Look at that. That's just fat. You don't need that. And it's going to make it easier for us to access the hole for the beer can. Okay, so very good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my fingers in here, and I've showed you guys this in the past with the spatchcock chicken. You can stick your fingers in here, and what you want to do, you want to loosen up the skin from the breast, from the legs. You're going to go around, and the reason why is because you want to go through and get seasoning under the skin, right? You want the skin to be nice and crispy, but you want the chicken meat to stay nice and soft, right? So don't forget to do that front and back. So let's see if we can get in here in the back. Very good. And it's okay if some of the skin breaks. It's not that big of a deal. We just want to get some of the seasoning, some of this butter mix, some of these onion pieces in here before we go through and season it, okay? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this puppy here, just like this, right? And just start sticking it in here. So like this, go on this side, stick it in there, okay, and then go to the front side, grab it. You guys can see it's great. And then go into the drum stick over here. Go with this hand now. All right. I don't want to overdo it because I don't just want it to taste like a onion. So now what you do, you grab some of the extra butter, okay? Some people like to use olive oil, stuff like that. I just go through and I'll use the butter, since it's been out for a little bit, to season the rest of the outside of the skin. And then also kind of mush it up. See, I'm going to split it into two. It wasn't that big of a square. I'll put that over here in the breast. Up as high as you can go. And the reason why is because you're going to be sitting it up, right? So once it starts melting, what you want to do is you want it to melt downward, okay? So very good. Let me just grab another little piece here. Again, not too much, right? And I'm going to go along the drumsticks, the wings, the inside of the wings. Again, seasoning everywhere in the backside here. Very good. And you can feel the onion bits in the back here as well. So here's a little piece of garlic. Stick that in there. Get the rest of the butter. Good. Now what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to grab my seasoning, I got to wash my hands with salt, with a little soap and water. So give me 1 second here. And so let me know who you guys are rooting for in regards to baseball. I've been a Braves fan since I was a kid. I have a lot of people in my family that also like the Dodgers and the Angels. Actually, this particular beer here, I asked my neighbor for. We have a little side bet going on, Conchita. She's a huge Dodger fan, and we have a little side bet going on. So I said, hey, let me borrow one of your blonde ales that have the logo on there for me to smoke them. Anyway, so we said we're going to use, again, the chicken rub, from it's called clicker dust. So do it freely, and I'm just gonna go and again do it from the top, right? Always do it from the top so that it seasons evenly. Okay, so there's that. Now the trick is working with one hand. Boom. Okay, and see some of this, some of the garlic and onion fell out. I'll get those back in there right now. So I'm gonna go season the front side. There we go. There we go. Back's over here, top breast. Okay, and now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through, put the beer down, right? Two hands, put your fingers in here, and then just slide it over the can. Whoop. Make sure that you are holding the can as well. And see it's not in yet. So I'm gonna take it back out here, see if I could open this up a little bit more by breaking some of the ribs. There we go. There we go. Again, front and back. It's the easiest way to get the can in. And to see here, we want to tuck the legs down. And there you go. You got a pretty sitting little chicken here. You see that here? So now some of this onion and stuff that came out, I'm going to throw on the top. Try to stick it back under the skin. You can see the little cube of butter right there. The other one's over here, again, because we want it to melt down onto the rest of the chicken. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move the other chicken that we're going to work on over. We're going to leave this here. And right before I put it onto the grill, once I wash my hands and everything, I'm going to put some more of it to cover the rest of the chicken that lost some of that seasoning, okay? So give me a second here. I'm going to kind of clean up the mess here. And again, this is a spicier rub that I have, so all I'm going to do is flip it over. Because now we're going to work with the other rub, right? And so, here we go. We'll do the other chicken. And again, this is the spatchcock chicken. I've done this one on the grill and I've done a video. Check that one out. It's very simple to do. Extremely delicious. So juicy. Good. Let me just go and rinse off my hands a little bit again because of the seasoning. Okay. There we go. So this one here, again, inspecting it. Looks like it might have some, yes, it's got all this fat right here. So I'm going to get rid of that already. You can use your knife, you can use your shears here. There we go. Now, the big thing about the spatchcock chicken, what it means is you're pretty much cutting up the backbone, taking it out, flipping this open, and then breaking the breast in half. So you're going to go up one side. Make sure you have a good grip though, because obviously it's going to be, so this is the backbone here. Okay, so not going to spend too much time on that. That's on my other video. And we'll go here. There we go. So again, you can keep this and make some chicken stew or what's it called? Not stew. Anyways, I just went blank. But you can use it as a base for a soup. So let me wash my hands once again real quick. All right, cool. Now that we took out the backbone, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and flip this over here. Okay, and more or less what you want to do, you kind of want to split it and then just push down, and you can hear everything break. Right, there you go. Okay, and what you, again, it's just the bottom of the breastbone that you're going to be breaking here, a little bit of the ribs, right? And so you just push down on it, and look how pretty that sits. And that's the way we're going to go ahead and put it on the grill itself. So I'm going to put it back to its regular stance, and the reason why is we got to get under the skin to season it. Okay, so again, find a hole, get your fingers in there, go ahead and get into every single part, just like we did with the beer can chicken. We want to put some of the seasoning in here. Back here, you also want to do the inside because this is going to be on the grill itself, but all that flavor is going to go in with the smoke. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead and season it as well, and so that it has seasoning everywhere, right? I told you guys, season everything. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some of these onions, and this one here, since it's not sitting, or since it is laying down, it'll be easier to put the rest of this the seasoning that we did here. So I'm gonna grab some of that garlic with the onions, stick that in there with the rosemary, the butter, good stuff. So another big chunk in here for this side. The beautiful thing about this chicken is very inexpensive, and yes, the prep work, I mean, we would have been already on the smoker. We were just doing the beer can chicken, so this one is taking a little bit longer because of the doing both kinds, right? But it's a prep work of 15-20 minutes maybe, and then you let it sit, and that's all you do. You just set it and forget it, as they say, right? So these are extra onions you don't need. You could stick them in there if you like. I kind of do, just because the onion holds. Oh, look at that. See, these here are pretty good because they don't wilt away, and they'll leave you great flavor. Okay, again, gonna go ahead and grab this butter, throw it on there like this. Gonna split this one in half, just like I did with the other one. And this one, you gotta rub it all over the place. It has to go everywhere because obviously it's laying down, so it won't. It'll still melt because of the sides of the breast right coming down this way. But you want to more or less rub this one down. And over there we go. Move it all around. Cut up another little piece here. Go on the outside, just like we did. And this also works like a binder, right? So I'm done with my kitchen shears here. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. And you guys can smell this. This smells fantastic, guys. It smells so good. I'm going to try to see if I can save some of this butter. I'll stick it in here. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So see, we got the onion in here, some of the garlic pieces. I'm trying to come out now. Okay, that's what we want. It's a mess, but it's worth it. Let me tell you. Let me wash my hands once again. When you work with poultry, when you work with pork, super important to wash your hands constantly because of the contamination. Very good here. So now what I'm going to do is, there's the regular seasoning, okay? And I'm just going to let it fly. And again, don't worry if we don't get it all. As it's cooking, it is going to take a couple hours to cook. You can go through and season it up again, do a touch-up. And the important part is done, right? We're making sure that it's going to be moist with all those, with the butter and the ingredients that we have right now. So I'll move these here. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to flip this over. Like I mentioned to you guys want to get to that. All right. You guys could do just regular salt and pepper. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the same type of seasoning. Okay, and so what I'm going to do now is put it onto my other tray here, which I am going to take outside. I'll use a knife, and I'll take both of my seasoning. Okay, so that is what we have right now. I'll show you guys right here. So we got these two full chickens. This one, again, still sitting up. It's beautiful. It's ready to get smoked. And then we are going to go and take both of the seasonings outside. I'll put it on the grill, season some more, and then leave it for a couple of hours, and then we'll check in on it. Okay, I'll meet you guys outside. All right, so we're outside now. Again, brought the seasoning out here, got my tray out here. You want to use like a flat spatula. Again, this is my golf one. I like to golf. What you want to do, you want to kind of slide it underneath. So the one with this seasoning, the Spatchcock chicken, really doesn't need much more. I mean, it held it really quick, or really good, I should say. But again, what you want to do, you want to grab it from the legs, bring it up, and then cool. So you just want to tuck it in, and I'll give you guys a close-up in a little bit. Here, I'm just gonna spray some more just for flavor. Woo, that's hot. And now, the beer can one, you want to make sure that you get your spatula under. There you go. And see, it just sits. It's beautiful, it sits. This one here, same thing. We lost a lot of the seasoning here, so what I'm doing, I want to bring this one forward. There we go. And again, you want to shape the chicken the way you want it to end up cooking, right? So it's presentation as well, right? So I'll show you guys right here. You guys can see there, right? So we got the spatchcock and then the beer can chicken. So it's gonna be some time before we're able to come back outside and get it out. So I'm gonna close this off. Gonna let it cook about an hour and a half or so, and then come back and check it out and see how it is temperature wise. But we want to stay at that 250 temperature for it to go ahead and cook. And again, it's just to 165, so it shouldn't be that long. I'm guessing maybe an hour 45, 2 hours. So we'll see you in a bit. All right, so I came out to check on the chicken right now, and I flipped it over. I'll show you guys here. It was at 140, so I flipped it over. I got my pros in there, and I also have my external pro as the backup. So right now it's at 140, so it needs about 25 more degrees. That one still got a while. That one's at 138, so they're pretty much at 140. I'm gonna say another 45 minutes or so, and then we're gonna be ready to cook. The spatchcock chicken, you want to go ahead and turn it over just for it to get nice and crispy with the skin, and it'll be real good. So about 30 minutes or so, and then we'll be able to go and pull them out. Okay, see you then. All right, now, so we went ahead and we're getting we got the spatchcock chicken out first because it was done. So I let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. Look at all those juices. I mean, it's super juicy. I mean, when I was pulling it out right now, it was falling apart. You guys can see here. The drumstick and the thigh here were falling apart. So the other chicken, the beer can chicken, is still in the smoker. It's at about 156, 57. So remember, we want to get it up to 165. So what we're gonna do, teach you guys how to go ahead and quarter this. So kind of want to go under the breast and then just start cutting it there. That one came off fairly easy here. So we're gonna go this way now too. Same thing. Right, so you got the thighs and the drumstick. Okay, here's the wing. So what I like to do, I like to find the bone here. Just go straight down. There we go. That's what we want to hear. Like so. All right, and a lot of people like to leave it like this. I actually like to break it down even further, so I kind of like to dig in here to get the entire chicken wing out and separate it. My wife likes the chicken wings. She likes the drumstick as well. So there we go. All you got to do is find the joint and then break it apart. So we're going to continue onto this other side here. And we went ahead and we paired this dinner up with a little rice. There's a Mexican rice with some spinach in it, and also some yellow corn. So I'll show you guys here. We got some yellow corn there, and then also we have some rice with spinach on top. So it should be a very healthy dinner. Now, if you wanted to, you could also go through and cut out the bone itself. Some people slice the breast this way, so that you got smaller. See, look at, there's the onion. You know, nice and soft. So you could do it this way. You could do it the long way. Whichever way you prefer is up to you. Right now, I'm just going to leave it. Actually, I'm going to cut it to show you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut in smaller squares here so that we can show you guys the way the meat looks. All right, here we go. Let me make sure that we got through that bone there. Here's a piece here. I mean, you guys can see, I mean, it is juicy. It is so juicy. Again, let it sit for 15 minutes. It is kind of hot to the touch. Let's break it up here and oh my goodness. Look, got a little onion piece there. That garlic flavor. Oh man. Let me put this up here. Wow. That garlic flavor is really infused. The onions, just a great taste. Again, this is the one we use with the regular chicken seasoning. Not too spicy. Got good spice. I mean, it's got the spices, but not a kick spice like the chicken rub that I have over there. So, wow, delicious. The good thing about this meal is if you don't finish it tonight, you can pull it. You can pull apart the chicken and make some flautas, make some quesadillas. I mean, chicken is so versatile that you could go ahead and make whatever you want with it. So I'll be back with the beer can chicken in, I don't know, maybe 10 more minutes or so. And then I'll show you guys how to pull that one off. The quartering is all the same. So in regards to that, I mean, you guys would be good. But this delicious right now, this spatchcock smoked chicken. Unreal. See you in a bit. Alright guys, I just got the beer can chicken out. It hit 168, so I'm happy with that temperature. The thighs were a little bit higher, which is common. So were the drumsticks. So let me show you what we're working with here. I use the same spatula golf spatula thing that I have to make sure that I got it under. Oh, this is the outcome of the spatchcock chicken. I went ahead and I quartered it and then separated. I'll show you guys how to do this right now. So that's going to be ready right now. Let me grab another plate. Beautiful. So, remember, this is sitting on a beer can. Okay? So what you want to do, I let it sit also for about 10 to 15 minutes. Actually, yeah, 15 minutes right now on the dot. So the beer can may be a little bit hot, so be careful. Juices may come out. So, technically speaking, look, it doesn't even need the beer can anymore because it cooked that way. And there's all the good stuff right there. The can is pretty hot. I don't know if you guys can see the steam coming up. But all of that was keeping the chicken moist. So I'm going to put that down here in the sink. Now, just like the other chicken, the spatchcock chicken, start off with the drumsticks and the thighs. So again, cut into the skin here. It'll automatically open up just like so. And I'll show you guys on this side as well. So cut into the skin and it opens up. Okay. And then you can just continue that line there. Continue down. There we go. And it's done. That is the thigh with the drumstick. For the drumstick, you kind of want to go on the bottom side here. So you go inner, go around, and then you just follow that. And then just kind of separate it and then just cut it. And there you go. You got a drumstick. Okay? And you have a thigh. Okay? So we're going to do the other side. Let me turn this over. Actually, it makes it easier for me. There we go. And then we're going to cut here. There we go. Pretty much falls apart by itself. Same thing. Oh my gosh, it is falling apart. And so same thing on the inside of the leg here. You're going to follow that round. Turn it. Kind of cut into it. And then I want to keep the skin on the thigh there. So I'll just cut down. There we go. And there is the other drumstick here. And the thigh. This one's falling apart more than the spatchcock chicken. So, and again, here's all the onion and the garlic that we use. For the wing, you kind of go put it on the breast, open it up like this, and it'll start cutting in, and then you'll hit the bone, and that's kind of where you separate. And that's it. That's simple. Here's the wing. So I'm going to put the wing here. I'll put it on this side, and then flip it on the other side. Cut around, loosen up the skin. You'll find the bone, and it's done. There's the other wing. Okay, we are going to put breast. Whoa, look at that. That fell straight off. That's how good this is. It's so soft, it's coming off the bone. So, I'm going to do that. All right, very good. So now, we have the chicken. So here we have the breast. Okay, it has the breast bone, so you have to go one way or another. Okay, now on the other one I just cut straight down. On this one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of follow that breastbone to release the breast. Okay, and you guys will see right now what I'm talking about. This is hot. Here we go. So see, we got the entire breast off. Look at it. I mean, look at this. It's just not injected, not nothing. I mean, you guys can see it is fantastic. So now, same thing on the other one. Go kind of straight down the breastbone. Here's the breastbone here. You already feel it. And then watch your fingers. Remember, use your knuckles like we talked about earlier. Okay. It's hot though, which is making it difficult to handle. So start curving the butcher knife around. There you go. There we go. There we go. Bam. And see, I mean, there's a little chicken here. You can still pull that off. Again, like I mentioned, you can make fajitas, stuff like that with it. You can get some of the chicken from the back as well. But here we have the breast. Okay. Like I mentioned, you could go ahead and slice it long ways, or you can slice it in the smaller ways. Just to keep up with the other one. Yeah, that's the skin from the back here. And so, I'll show you guys here. Yeah, this one is a little bit messier than the spatchcock because it's juicier, and so it's a little bit more slippery as well. Down here on this side of the chicken, the breast actually lifted up, and so it cooked the chicken directly with no skin on top. So that's one breast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and slice the butcher knife underneath. Just drop it out there. Okay, we will try those pieces out right now. And then we're going to go do this. Oh, there's still some bone there. Okay, now I want to check this one here because I heard bone. Oh, here it is. I just felt it. Right here. There we go. There's a little piece of bone there. So just be careful when you're cutting it, obviously. Pay attention to clues like that where you can hear a bone or whatnot. So same thing, gonna go here. Put the breast there. Okay, and then if you want, with this, with the skin, my oldest Benjamin likes the skin, and so does the wifey. So we'll just throw the skin on here in little pieces. Makes it easier to chew. So let me turn this way now, and now we're going to try the little pieces that came off the breast. Here we go. Completely different taste profile. You can taste the, no, there's a spice. It kicked. You can taste the pepper, you can taste the spice compared to the first one. Oh yeah. I'm going a little piece of the skin here. Real good. Real good. And here's one more bite with the skin. You can taste the lager. Again, it was a blonde ale. I usually do Modelos, but because right now the series is going on, Conchita let me borrow one of those to make the video. But you can use Modelo, you can use Tecate. It has to be a can though. Don't use glass because it'll shatter. Cooked it 250, about 3 hours. It took a total of 3 hours to get this one done. The other one took about 2.5 hours. The Spatchcock it's an easier cook because you have it open, split, and then like I mentioned, once it hit 140, you flip it over onto the skin side, and it cooked on both sides. It got down a lot quicker. I've done a Spatchcock grilled video. Check that one out as well. It's a success. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, share it with your friends. Tell them to subscribe. Thank you very much. Go Braves. We'll see you on the next one.